Well, because with bump attack, you can't, like... You know, you can't lose. Because you're not going to really fight any enemies, and we got all the titles we wanted. Honestly, picking that up is kind of a waste.
If we're going to do cooking...
I know if we're going to do cooking later, I had made that same observation of actually, like, keeping a few of the Ultra Shrooms around for the different Ultra recipes, because literally every combination does count, meaning that we literally do, at bare minimum, need, like, 3 Ultra Shrooms, because there is literally the Honey Ultra, Maple Ultra, and then Jelly Ultra.
Yes.
Because why do they reward you for cooking an Ultra Shroom as a honey? Who does that? I want 50 HP but 5 FP. Who does that?
Everybody. Best recipe in the game, man. Damn it. Ah!
Like, that's literally only useful if you're doing a weird, like, HP only, like, challenge run or something, which I'm sure someone has done.
People have done dumb HP only runs.
Because, you know, it's the worst stat.
Damn it. Oh, I might be able to kill. Damn it. Ah!
Let's be real here, BP is the only stat that matters.
Damn it. Okay. Finally! Who EVs a Tyranitar to have 82 in speed? Who does? There's my key card. There's my...
They put that asshole right next to a save block. Oh, you know, there was someone who was got in here with like barely any HP, tried to save and got first attacked by that fucker.
Yeah, if I have pump attack and a fuck ton of power. And the luck.
Also, more padding forcing you to go all the way back around if you want the save and the heal. Assholes.
Okay, not technically true, because I just did this in a dumb order. If I had hit the switch to activate that top spot... I just didn't hit this one switch where you can kind of... Well, okay, even after hitting the switch, I will also, because of the way it works, give you the one thing. Damn it. Damn it! I missed. Damn it! Damn it! Missed the switch. So that switch activates a staircase, which I think goes all the way down. Don't quote me on that though. This time I'll get over there. And try to... Technically, yeah. Okay, we'll see where they're... Okay, no, it's only halfway. So if you do want to save, you do have to loop. Never mind.
That's stupid. That's some bullshit.
BBS.
Big bullshit.
It's BBS. It's big bullshit. Bring on, bitch! Whoa! Whoa! You again? Been waiting, huh? Oh, so what? What's that supposed to mean? Tell you what it means. I used the crystal star to lure you here, so that I can take all your crystal stars. How brilliant is that, huh? Want to know the best part? The little Peachy girl isn't even here anymore. So Peach totally was here. Where'd you take her? You weasel.
That's a funny thing I'd forgotten about this. I was reminded of it in between recordings. Peach was Peaches in Book of Mario.
Yes.
And in the Mario movie, Bowser keeps calling Peach Peaches.
Peaches. Yes. Magnus von Graffel 2.0. It's darker colored and it has a big 2 on it.
Oh, so it's the more edgy sequel.
Raw horsepower. Last version was buggy, so we made improvements. 1, 2, a dozen. Get ready for a whole new way to experience pain, you junior varsity losers. Hopefully, as if we're not gonna totally wait for you for like the 10th time. Ah, sassy Grimbella. HP 70. Bye.
No, unfortunately, because of this, we don't get to show the most famous aspect.
Blah!
We don't get to show the most famous aspect of this fight. It's known as the audience cannon. When he gets low enough health,
He flies over your audience, sucks them up, and shoots them at you.
he shoots 10 audience members. I believe each one.
Kratos!
I believe it's 10 audience members, each one doing 2 damage, except they can all be perfect guarded.
Yeah, that's why I'm incredibly dangerous, so kerchunk, kerchunk.
But you have to perfect guard all of them to show that you're a real man.
Well, that was a boss, guys. See? The crystal star. Supernova!
It is a big fuck off attack that when max, like when you do the max input for it, it always does. Isn't it 15 damage?
It's 15 damage.
Yeah.
Well, that was a boss.
Kind of underwhelming for a last, like, you know, special, but I get why, because as a funny example, it's like because of the amount of damage you do, you hit, like, you hit Magnus on grapple once, and then he had 15 health, and then you hit him again, so, you know, it's scenarios like that, where it's like, because the one thing when maxed out always does 15, if something has 10, like, HP or lower, it is basically a guaranteed instant kill.
And even some of the beefier things.
Oh yeah, and it's also defense piercing because of this.
Yes.
Well, though, like, that fight, well, you know, this is the small problem with the Danger Mario. You don't get to show a lot. Other than the audience cannon, the one fight is basically like Magnus von Grapple.
It's a harder version.
He shoots his fist off, and his main attack is the stomp move.
Yeah, but I just wanted to kerchunk, kerchunk. That was the boss, guys. This is it, Haggy.
So, again, unfortunately, no audience cannon.
Yeah, it's oh, you know, this entire recording, I did talk about the thing that happened in the middle of us doing this, where I got caught in a comment section where I started a comment chain, which then just evolved into two people arguing for a week.
Of course, that's what the internet does.
Where I brought up I was recording Danger Mario, and then someone being and what are you implying? I'm no thief. I'm remorseless king of evil, the shadow.
Koopa Coot. That's uncomfortably close to certain things.
All of these are good. Oh, I just want to see. The Great Koopa Coot. I'm taking this, messing with me, and I'll bore you to death. I see. Unfortunately for you, that's a red herring. Yes, a fake. If you want it, it's yours. What? A fake. But look at this fancy display, the pedestal and everything. It's so posh. If it's a fake, then where's the real one, huh? If you must know, I gave the real one to Luigi. Oh, you have got to be kidding me! You mean to tell me Luigi beat me here? Oh, those Mario brothers are the most annoying brothers of all time. Yeah. Mario and his brother beheading. Where? Oh, I love this joke too. You hear glass shatter.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Paragoomba! What do you sword?
That's also kind of funny because of that joke we made on the train of a Paragoomba just flies in. Telegram for Mr. Mario.
Reporting, sir, and ma'am. Sir and ma'am. Mario's collected the 7 crystal stars and is headed for the 1,000-year door.
He's supposed to be behind, right? It's the... Did the Paragoomba land behind everyone, or did he land on the penguin's head?
He's on the penguin's head.
Okay.
No. He's using the...
Okay,
he's using that guy as a perch.
I couldn't tell if that's what it was.
What? 1,000-year door? What the heck is that? The 1,000-year door, unbelievably legendary treasure hidden behind that door. Yarg! Then I'm going there too, immediately, and I'm gonna ruin Mario. Will you now? Luigi, well done, lad. Way to not fail. Yet.
Yeah. So if you go back there, is that window shattered?
Funny enough, because the shadow sirens and Doofus broke in initially, the window was shattered the first time.
Oh. Wait. I was about to say, wait, why did the shadow sirens break the window? But wait, Doofus is there. He can't teleport.
He broke the window.
He can't do the teleport thing. But then again, if he copied one of their appearances, would he be able to do that? There's a question.
Ian soon. Stand for a couple of minutes here.
Because, you know, next is the final chapter.
Well, I was going to say
but
the
before
comment...
that, because it's the final chapter, that's when we'll probably do the great cooking.
I can now get every cooking ingredient in the game.
Whine and complain.
That's why I waited. This is where Peach was being held.
Cool.
Where are we? You're Mario, are you not? It's pleasant to meet you. I am the main computer for this fortress. I am Tech. Must tell you something? That is why I brought you to this place. Princess Peach. I am sorry. Most of my data was erased and my main power unit was shut down. Now running on backup power with only cached memory. Trying to stay operational. Mario, you know that Peach is not here, do you not? Well, you see, I beat up the giant robot. I jumped on it twice. Please save Peach. Please. Princess Peach is with Grotus in the Palace of Shadow. To tell you that. But backup power, failing. Use the teleporter room to get back to Roadport. Teleporter room is on sublevel 2 of the fortress. I will release the room log. Peach is in the Palace of Shadow. There's barely enough power left to activate the teleporter. I will cease all functions to send power to the teleporter for you. But what happened to you? But what'll happen to you? When the power is all gone, I will cease to exist as an artificial consciousness. But if it will save Peach, I would gladly do this. Because until I met Peach, I knew nothing of love. Do not worry about me. I'm just a computer. Just a machine. You must save Peach. Ask you. And tell her. Thank you for me. We understand, Tech. Booyah. So, her to the door.
Mario, save her.
Anyway. Tech system failure reported. Then the base goes into the freaky lockdown mode. Basically, and I can say this before stopping, it was me talking about doing danger, and this person being an elitist basically said that they don't understand why anyone would do danger builds and how they could find them fun, because they said the only people who should find those fun are like terrible 12-year-olds that do not know how to play the video game. And they said, and they were like, as an adult, they said, as an adult, you should do challenge runs that actually make you think instead of just this boring thing where you become overpowered by equipping the same bads like 30 times.
Even though you can basically only do that at the end of the game, meaning you're technically playing a majority of the game was only 10 HP.
What was funny, someone defending the danger who also liked doing it, they were like, I'm laughing because I do love this person's snarky response. They're like, what's to understand, my dude? Big numbers go burr.
And like I said, it's not like you can do this from the beginning.
Beach, goodbye.
Initiating self-destruct. Holy shit, I was kidding!
How did you forget about that?
Because I remembered the post-game thing.
Well, am I going totally nuts, or did I hear something just now?
Before leaving, show the thing.
What?
Don't if you try to activate the teleporter
It
again.
fails, yes.
Yeah.
Over here, son! Brought the crystal star back from the moon with you, did you? What? Talking to my good ear, the Exnod's fortress was on the moon. Ah, yes. So Princess Peach was there, too, I assume. Well, she was, but the Exnod's boss took her, headed for the 1,000-year door. Aha! Just a bit ago, I smelled some rank air and went to the 1,000-year door. I saw a suspicious fellow in a cape go through the door with Princess Peach. What? No way!
Frankly, you always smell rank. That I do, miss. That I do.
Without the 7th star, the door shouldn't open, though. Believe me, I know, but I'm quite certain I saw it with my own eyes. Very bad feeling about this, very bad. Princess Peach is in danger. Time is short, we must go to the 1,000-year door and rescue Princess Peach. Run ahead and meet you there. Don't dawdle. So now would be the time to stop, because I can literally get every recipe in the game now, but that it's going to involve doing a bunch of side quests, well, a couple of side quests to get a couple of the ingredients. So we can stop, since I just saved. And next time I have to look up some recipes. But basically the short point was, it was someone arguing where they said that they liked danger for the reason I do, and I wanted to explain this a little bit to say this on recording, but I can talk about that next time as well. I just find it funny that you can break the entire game without glitches and exploits, just using an oversight of dropping your stats in a way that they seem to have not intended. You go absolutely.
It was how weird the game acts was like when you're at max HP, like right now, because you're at max. Despite the animation, Mario doesn't do the No, it doesn't do the danger thing in battle. If you get hit, he goes into danger. That's why I still think this is some type of really weird, like, oversight.
We should stop, however.
Yes, we should.
1, it's getting hot in here, and 2, I need to edit, and 3, next time can be the gratuitous cooking episode. I might just say fuck it and beat the game.
Yeah, time to cook it up.
We have to do cooking, meaning we have to do a bunch of side quests and some other shit.
Yay.
Ah, good lord. But with all of that said, this has been yet another recording for Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Next time we'll be cooking and maybe just beating the game, or
how long that cooking ends up taking.
If the cooking goes on for an hour or 2, I might stop the recording and separate it just to have the cooking footage so I can just truncate through the cooking, but I might at least show the side quests and stuff that I basically need to do to get a couple of extra ingredients. But so, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, what is your overall opinion on an incredibly high-end Danger Mario build? I know an incredibly high-end Danger Mario build can be somewhat contentious, since you can basically trivialize the end of the game incredibly easily, and I know a lot of people don't really like doing incredibly high-end Danger Mario builds because they don't really think they're all that fun, but personally, I really do find them to be super fun and interesting, especially because you have to build up to your ability to actually do that in the first place. So it's not as free as people act like it is. And personally, I just find it funny. I love going out of my way to basically do an incredibly high-end Danger Mario build, specifically because I love absolutely destroying the end game and absolutely invalidating Bonetail. This is a personal thing, even though there are a lot of people that will give you crap for using Danger Mario as if it's a cheat or some type of crutch. But first of all, Danger Strats are used in speedruns, and even if you're not really tapping into incredibly high-end versions of Danger Mario, it's still logistically one of the best ways to basically deal a ton of damage. Because when you're in danger, even if you only had one Power Rush, you can absolutely invalidate a lot of things. And once you get the one Mega Rush, if you drop to 1 hit point, you can absolutely destroy a bunch of stuff even without pushing Danger Mario to an extreme. But I love pushing Danger Mario to an extreme, or at least to a somewhat high-end middle ground, because I never really go to max damage. I would much rather use some luck and stuff to basically offset my incredibly broken damage just in case something stupid happens. So a little bit of luck isn't a bad trade-off, and I also like draining HP and FP because you can basically have a version of Danger Mario where you basically get HP and FP back, meaning what you use is essentially free and you can top off your health if you happen to take damage. And this is why I personally enjoy this nonsense, even though there are a lot of YouTubers that act like Danger Mario is bad and that you need to learn to do other stuff. But I feel like mastering the game in order to absolutely destroy bosses and stuff, especially at one hit point, is a beautiful art. Because if you're trying to learn certain speedrun strats, you basically need to use point swaps and stuff and get your FP and HP at specific thresholds that allow you to absolutely dumpster a boss. And there is a beauty in that. And if things go badly, you could still be good enough at super guards and regular guards to basically correct yourself. And again, you can argue that it's not really fun, but there is a beautiful efficiency to absolutely dumpstering a boss in a couple of turns, especially in the remake, since the game has that single frame bounce when you're basically trying to get more than one hit. You're commonly not going to easily pass 4 hits. So in the remake, there is definitely a beautiful art of getting super consistent at the frame timing. And I also feel like if people want to play the game this way, you shouldn't really get butthurt about people doing that. Because even if you're using high-end Danger Mario builds, what doesn't matter? That is your choice, and I feel like no one can take that away from you. And if you're doing a slightly lower version of Danger Mario, you might be attempting speedrun setups, which can be fun in their own right, because I personally love dumpstering bosses. And while some people say that's kind of boring, I would generally disagree, because I love being able to absolutely one cycle a boss fight, or if you can't one cycle a boss, knowing the bare minimum amount of turns you can get and basically doing that, or doing whatever you need to win in a minimum number of cycles. For this game, it would be turns. Other games, not so much, but I'm starting to ramble. I just find it funny that so many big YouTubers seem to get super butthurt about people using Danger Mario the way I'm using it. Even though there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, especially because while you're building up to that, you need to play the game at least somewhat consistently well. And if you get good at your button timing, there's still a beautiful art in that, or having specific thresholds of HP and FP so that you can basically use a point swap and copy speedrun strats, which again can be difficult to learn, especially in the remake, since you have that single frame that you need to get consistent at. And I feel like a lot of big YouTubers really do undermine the beautiful art of absolutely dumpstering this game through a combination of Power Rush, Mega Rush, point swaps, some charges maybe, and other little things. Because if you learn to do speedrun strats, you can have a very impressive quick kill on the bosses. But again, I'm rambling, so I'm going to stop. Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.